The Hansa Fish River Canoe Marathon is proudly brought to you by Hansa Pilsner. Craddock is the beating heart of the Klein Karoo. Early in October, spanning the tail end of the Cape season and the start of the summer season for KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng, the Eastern Cape canoeing community entertains visitors from every corner of the country, indeed every corner of the world, to the incredible town of Craddock, steeped in history, much of which is alive and well and visible, tangibly so, to visitors who come into the town. And they came in big numbers. This year, the race seeing a growth in numbers, bucking a trend that many other races are experiencing. And those numbers were all too evident at registration. Not only were they there in numbers, but they bring with them a unique gees that's unique to the Hansa Fish River Canoe Marathon. Tripping day, an opportunity to get out on the river. Little deceptive, lots of fun on the river only flowing at 20 cubic, so the paddlers that were thrashing away in rapids like Keith's Flyover and Soappunch Drift were able to sample the river at a relatively forgiving level. But race day would be a little bit different.
Take a picture of a sheep. That's very important. Every Craddock paddler has to do that.
It's looking very nice. It's nice and high.
No problems in the willows.
Are you
After the thrills and spills of Tripping Day, the Thursday night potjie course is something of a Hansa Fish institution. A secret recipe that's been handed down over generations and immersed by the tennis club.
It looks unbelievable, smells good. Can't go without it, it's an essential for every fish.
34 years ago, a band of hardy volunteers and first-timers started the Hansa Fish River Canoe Marathon, and today it's exploded into one of the most well-supported and popular races in the country. In fact, paddlers come from every corner of the world.
Just looking forward to having some fun on the river. It's been a while since most of us have been on a decent river like the Fish, so looking forward to a fun day out there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a new race with Jasper, and hopefully we can put on a good show.
I'm really glad to be back in South Africa, especially in Fish, for 3 years.
I'm a little bit worried about the hectic start and crazy run across the wall then.
For the elite paddlers getting onto the water here to warm up before the A-batch start, it's a title that they would all dearly love to win. And this year, there's any one of 15 boats that could fight their way onto the podium. So the seeded paddlers in the A-batch ready for the Le Mans start across Grassridge Dam. This year's Hansa Fish also doubling as the SAK2 champs. But more than that, this is a title that every paddler would love to add to their CVs. And a great start up front by Hank McGregor and Jasper Mocker. These two have just completed a 3-day whirlwind journey all the way back from Tahiti, where they were taking part in the surf ski worlds, and a huge bunch of paddlers now streaking across Grassridge Dam, ready for the portage takeout, which will take them around the Grassridge Dam wall. And Hank McGregor, Jasper Mocker sitting pretty, holding all the cards. A short ascent and then down over the scree. But early dominance being shown by Greg Lowe, who is a Craddock-raised local, and Andy Burkett. Greg Lowe driving the boat as they go into double trouble. Left-hand line as they go into the second drop of double trouble. Greg knows this water so well. Through the wave with no problem at all, and there's an early advantage for Andy Burkett and Greg Lowe over this crew. Hank McGregor, who's the K2 defending champion here, with his surf ski mate Jasper Mocker. They too safely through double trouble. Then, 9 kilometers into the race, the crowd waits, like vultures, many will tell you, at Keith's Flyover. 26 cumecs of heaving water, and it's Greg Lowe who is guiding Andy Burkett safely through it. Just behind them, and they've already put distance between themselves and the rest of A-batch, Hank McGregor and Jasper Mocker. Through those huge standing waves, both of them exit clean. But suddenly, Hank McGregor and Jasper Mocker are finding themselves under pressure. Jakub Adam and Michael Odvarko going into Keith's Flyover. Slightly more central line with the Houstons, Alan and Andrew in fourth place, putting them under some pressure. The two Czech superstars, freshly back from the World Marathon Champs, desperate not to make any mistakes, and the Houstons right on their boat, could be under their boat at times, but getting through unscathed. 26 kilometers in, and the paddlers get to Soutpansdrift Rapid, or Salt Pans if you're south of the Boerewors Curtain. And it's Andy Burkett and Greg Lowe leading as they go under the bridge. Hank McGregor and Jasper Mocker, we're on board with them now as they go under the bridge and into the 200 meters of churning white water. Really exciting stretch of river this, and it always attracts a good crowd of spectators. And there's Greg Lowe bouncing his way through the waves, getting the boat a little bit sideways in that last drop, and you can see them spinning out. Andy Burkett desperately trying to get that boat back on track. Their rudder's a little bit wedged up. Hank McGregor and Jasper Mocker trying to capitalize on that smallest of errors from the Craddock local. Here in third place now, Jakub Adam and Michael Odvarko, cautiously down the right-hand side of Soutpans, and then they have to go into the big stopper. They take a smack on the first wave, and they're in! Oh, and this is definitely going to cost them third place on the stage because it's an awkward and long swim from here. You can see the frustration etched on their faces. They'd spent hours practicing this rapid, hoping not to make a mistake, but it's a mistake that is going to cost them places. And you can see as they start swimming to the side that two boats at least are going to be streaking past them. Frustration for the visiting Czech Republic paddlers. Len Jenkins and Siseko Ntondini representing Adreach. Len Jenkins, widely recognized as the Fisher King, as David Mocker joins the list of swimmers. Big water in Soutpansdrift, definitely bigger than normal conditions, and David Mocker joins the list of swimmers. Now at the finish, suddenly there is a significant chunk of time. Andy Burkett and Greg Lowe take the stage.
Yeah, I just wanted to have fun out there today and to have such a jaw and pull off the win on stage one of Fish. Stoked.
Greg sitting in the front of the boat this time round. Local knowledge count quite a bit towards the end there?
Yeah, I mean, there's not too much to gain here, but I think every few seconds you get here and there just hurt the other guys a little bit.
Well, that's a dream lead of about 2.5 minutes for Greg Lowe and Andy Burkett, holding all the cards over Hank McGregor and Jasper Mocker. Now, let's shift the spotlight to the ladies' race, and there's no doubt one top crew is going to be the crew to beat in the women's race as we take ourselves back to Grass Ridge Dam in the start.
Don't think I could have asked for a better partner going into this race. Anna's, current world champion, so yeah, I couldn't ask for anyone stronger. So looking forward to it. I'm going to have a super powerhouse behind, and I think it's going to be up to me to try and keep up with her. So yeah, looking forward to a good race. Oh, we're going to go out, and our aim is just to have a clean race and enjoy it. And if we find ourselves in a competitive position, we'll definitely go for it and give it our all, and yeah, race for somewhere near the top.
The women's under starters orders at Grass Ridge Dam, they were in C batch, and with a much smaller group that is shortlisting the potential podium places. Good fast start. There's some good sprinters in here. Remember Bridget Hartley, who of course is the London Olympics bronze medalist, was always going to be quick out of the blocks, but look at that, Abby and Anna streaking off across, asserting themselves early on in the race. No doubt about the crew to catch. They had early on decided that they were going to target this portage, not traditionally one of their strengths, but it worked a dream. And by the time they got to double trouble, Abby and Anna were well clear. Safely through the first drop. Let's see them get through the second drop. This is the tricky one that had caught out some of the men ahead of them. In they go to the big stopper. Cool, calm, composed. They are well in charge of the ladies' race. They had also taken a calculated decision that they weren't going to shoot Keith's flyover, so leaving the door ajar for a risk and a gamble for one of the ladies' crews trying to chase them. The rest of the ladies going through double trouble. The two-step weir, which has been here for about 6 or 7 years and a very popular addition to the Hansa fish. Jenna Ward and Kiera Purchase, the under-23s. Jenna Ward, a double bronze medalist at the Marathon World Champs, driving the boat. They take that first slide so like Amy Pierce at the start of the Doozy Canoe Marathon. Then you've got to kick yourself 30 degrees left and line up that big stopper wave. Meanwhile, ahead of them, under the low-level bridge at Toast Rack, Anna and Abby, cool, calm and composed. Now, they were determined to exercise their plan not to shoot Keith's flyover, and there they are, taking out at Keith's flyover. It's a short run which will take them about 1.5 minutes, possibly cost them 1 minute in paddling time. But by the time they put in below Keith's flyover, they still have a handsome lead intact. Abby relishing the power coming from the back of the boat in Anna as they get through the bottom of Salt Pans Rapid, and chasing Bridget Hartley has gone over in the big drop at the bottom of Salt Pans. Bridget Hartley with Michelle Byrne, and frustration for them there. The London Olympics bronze medalist was really trying to close down the gap that was emerging between themselves and the race leaders, but now they're looking over their shoulders. Little did they know that their lead would actually stay intact because Jenna Ward and Kaida Purchase swam there as well. Juniors, Kayla Peak and Donna Hutton excelling in third.
It's a race, a club race, I think in every club in South Africa, and I think I'm happy to say that we are the first K1 from Fish River Canoe Club, so yeah, awesome day.
Hansa, was involved with this race. Sorry, I will lie for you and tell you exactly the years I've been pro. But it's something, and that's what Hansa is always, refreshingly different, and that's what we want to do, with associate with the paddlers. I mean, I think all the paddlers around the country, Hansa, that's a property that we wanted to earn, and I think we're doing a phenomenal job, with that. And I just see everyone is enjoying the cold Hansa after the race.
48 kilometers done and dusted on day one. Plenty of thrills and spills for the paddlers on what by consensus was a fuller than normal river. So an opportunity to rest overnight. We look forward to catching up tomorrow for more thrills and spills from day 2 of the Hansa Fish.
The fish, a big water.
My job's to drink beer, support my team, and help out pretty much if they die.
Awesome, peace out.
Amazing. It's been so much fun, sure.
Had a long swim afterwards, but I kept on going.
I'm paddling with my 2 daughters. They're here, they're 14 and 16, and they're doing very well.
Swim at the finish when we back at Marlow. No such thing as swimming on this river.
Keith's flower, because when you're at the back, you feel like you're on a pavilion watching the boat go down the rapid. Amazing.
No trouble today. Had a good day. Oscar was even quiet today.
Easy.
The Hansa Fish 2015 was proudly brought to you by Hansa Pilsener.